Welcome to JSA TV and JSA Podcast, the newsroom for telecom and data center professionals. I'm Laura Noland, and joining me today is Greg Elliott, Vice President of Business Development at 1623 Farnam, leading up to PTC 22. Greg, welcome back to JSA TV.
Thanks for having me again, Laura. It's great to be here.
Well, 2021 was a huge year for connectivity. Tell us a little bit about what 1623's year looked like in terms of keeping up with that demand. And as we lead up to PTC, what milestones are you most excited to share?
Yes, 2021 was another crazy year as it applies to connectivity and new fiber builds. You know, some of the things that we saw at 1623 that were super exciting. Telecom had their new long haul fiber build from Chicago through Des Moines, through us in Omaha, and then on to Denver and beyond. So that was huge. That's a great accomplishment and creating a lot of activity. And then, you know, everything from 5G to fiber to the home builds to all the hyperscaler activity in Council Bluffs, Iowa, and Omaha. That's just creating a ton of things. And then on top of that, you have, you know, the COVID effect, the work from home and existing carriers trying to figure out, you know, where they need to move capacity. So that created, you know, more and more need for connectivity. So, you know, it's all, you know, from a fiber perspective, that's been incredible. And then in the media room, our ecosystem in the media room has grown leaps and bounds. Everything from, you know, new content providers to new ISPs. Exciting to announce that new carriers, next gen carriers like Subspace have just added to the media room, as well as Packet Fabric. So, you know, going into 2022, it's, you know, continuing to build that ecosystem. So it's been great.
Well, in addition to the success in 2021 for 1623, your facility also completed a major upgrade this past year. So what new advantages does this deliver to clients?
Yeah, so that definitely was a huge undertaking, 2 years and $40 million in new power infrastructure, cooling infrastructure, all the while having existing data center customers up and active. So we're definitely happy to see that in the rearview mirror, and I'm excited to have essentially a brand new building with new infrastructure. And with that new power infrastructure, it certainly creates efficiencies. And as we continue to load the building, we'll see better efficiencies for us and for our customers. And then with some of the new cooling infrastructure, we actually, there's a free cooling involved in it. And so being in Nebraska, we've been able to take advantage of that free cooling as of late. So those are a couple different ways we will be more efficient moving forward. And then we added new diverse fiber vaults to the building. And so we're already seeing those to become filled with fiber, plenty of capacity, but it's good to see those being filled up as well.
1623's Edge Data Center is a major nexus of connectivity, strategically located, as you mentioned, in Nebraska, in the center of the U.S. So as the experts on this topic, if you could give one piece of advice for businesses looking to build the ideal and most advanced connectivity fabric, what would that be?
That's going to be hard to do in just one. I will try to narrow it down to three, maybe, let's say. So the interesting, what's always been interesting to me in the carrier hotel and the interconnected edge space edge data center space is that, you know, you can look at the ecosystem and grow that ecosystem. And so, you know, as over the years, I look at it from a customer point of view. And so, what, you know, I ask, you know, what would be good for my customer's business and as they scale and grow and pivot as needed. And so with a facility like ours, you have, you know, 50 carriers and ISPs within the meeting room. You have content providers. Now you have these next gen carriers like Megaport and Packet Fabric and all the cool cloud on ramps that customers can connect into, and the internet exchange. So as you know, I always tell the customer to look at the ecosystem and how, you know, maybe you haven't seen things that come up, but to have that scalability, flexibility with just a cross connect or setting up a VPN quickly is super powerful, for our customers. And then, I always tell people to look at the ownership of the building. So with 1623, we're super fortunate to have a great ownership group in the Bradley family and long-term holders, and anything we need, and super customer friendly. And then our operations team is unbelievable too. We get weekly we get compliments on how how the operations team has gone above and beyond to help our customers. So it's just super fun to be a part of that type of ecosystem. And then third, you mentioned it before, location. As we see different workloads evolving and latencies come into play, it's just really important to look at, routes, latency routes, and where the data center sits within that geographic and what your business is trying to accomplish. So sorry I didn't get it done in one, but a lot to add there.
I'll let it slide this time, Greg. No, that was great information. Great information. Well, and Greg, as you know, so many technologies like augmented and virtual reality, 5G, cloud gaming, and more, they're all redefining IT and digital business as we know it. So does this mean that being at the edge is more critical than ever?
Yeah. So the edge definitely is pushing closer and closer to the end user. And the interesting thing is, the edge is different, defined differently by different people. So it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Everything from 5G cars can be an edge to, you see, edge moving closer into factories and warehouses, and 5G applications and healthcare, virtuality and augmented reality. And so yes, the edge is pushing closer and closer to the end user, whatever that may be. The good news is that, carrier hotels and interconnected facilities are definitely an extreme part of, making all that work. And we're fortunate that, people and machines keep creating more and more data every second. So definitely job security for years and years to come for all of us in this industry. So we're fortunate to be here, and it's exciting to see the edge evolve.
Greg, we talked a lot about the success of 2021 and even before that. So lots of momentum happening at 1623. Can you give us some hints about what's on the horizon? What's next for 1623?
Yeah, just continuing to grow that ecosystem, new carriers from rural, just regional carriers to international carriers, new content providers, new applications, new cloud on-ramps. So all those things are going to be happening in 2022 and beyond. And then adding to the Omaha IX continues to grow rapidly. And hopefully we'll have some new locations to announce in 2022. We'll see. Time will tell. And then the last thing I'll add is pre-COVID, we used to do an event called Meet in the Middle. It's a really great industry event where people would come in from all over, from telecom and data center, to just meet. We have a golf tournament, scavenger hunt, networking events, and we're actually going to bring it back this year. So September 21st, 22nd, we'll be hosting that. Everybody's invited. It'll be a great party. So keep your eyes open for that, and we'll keep you posted.
That sounds like a lot of fun. A great time. Okay, mark your calendars. In the meantime, Greg, lots of news looks like it will be coming out of 1623 in the near future. So where can our viewers go to learn more?
Yeah, anytime you reach out to me via email or phone, or you can go to our website, 1623 farnam.com, and reach out there as well. So thank you very much.
All righty. Sounds great. Always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us, Greg.
Thanks, Laura.
And thank you, viewers, for tuning into JSA TV and JSA Podcasts. Happy networking.